give it a bath before the video. Alright, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm talking about not necessarily 5 things I hate about my 2021 Civic Sport, but maybe 5 reasons why you wouldn't want to purchase this. Alright, so reason number 1 on the list for me is a weak front end. It might be too bad of a glare, but this I guess just all the connections are weak, because this is my second Civic Sport. I had a 2019 that I traded for this 21, at least my first one, and I'll talk about that regarding the price of this one as one of my weak points. But if you want to put a lip on this car, or even lower it for that matter, you should probably think about reinforcing it with strut bars to your actual frame in here, rather than like to the bumper, because I would assume the whole bumper is weak. I had a front lip on my 2019 and it was lowered, and I wrecked the whole front end like this. This lip down here is actually disconnecting too, as well as on that side, and it's just, honestly, it's not worth it. I don't even feel like buying another lip. This car is not even lowered, and there was something on the highway that hit it. The lip didn't disconnect from the bumper, but the bumper is now disconnecting. So not only are those clips broken, but I probably have to run more screws just to keep it connected on the sides here. The second weak point of this car for me is the engine. Performance is just a little bit lacking. If you're gonna get a tune and maybe do like a downpipe and an intake, that'd probably wake it up a good amount. But as far as just a stock 1.5 liter, they put out 180 horsepower. That would be crank, so realistically I haven't seen dynos of them dead stock, but I'm gonna guess it's no more than 160 wheel horsepower. And well, there's so many cars that come out today that have 300 horsepower that it's just hard to compete. I have an intake and a blow-off valve over there, so it makes it sound a little more performance than it is, but it's really just pretty slow. Even a tune, I would say, probably could make you compete with, you know, like Focus STs and GTIs, GLIs, Subis, things like that. But unless you're going big turbo, you really can't get much out of this. So second weak point, just lacking in performance. My third weak point for the 2021 Civic Sport would have to be the automatic transmission. My 2019, the same model, same black Civic Sport actually, that was a manual. I would say that was a little more fun to drive. With the CVT, you get these paddle shifters that can make it a little more fun, especially to control the blow-off valve, because with an automatic, a blow-off valve only goes psh, or the same as your intake when you let off the throttle, when you release the boost. And with an automatic, you don't really get that shh every gear, so it kind of just more goes each gear until you let off the throttle. So playing with the paddle shifters can get you that sound each gear, but it's still just not the same, and it doesn't feel the same to drive. So I would say if you're going to get one of these cars, definitely search for a manual, hopefully one that's not used and abused. Alright, and the next point I wanted to talk about was the price of this for me. I see a bunch of people that make videos saying how they're such a great car for the price, and my 2019 model, I definitely would have probably coincided and actually said that myself, because I bought that for $21,000, and I thought it was a steal, you know, brand new car. But I leased it, and after my lease was up in 3 years, when I took it back to the dealership, I was going to finance it. I only owed $14,000 on it, and I had lowered it, modified it, put an intake blow-off valve. It was maxed out on coilovers, and I had actually broken where the shock connects to, I guess, the steering knuckle or hub, if you want to call it. I literally somehow broke the metal on that hub, and when I took it in, I told them, hey, it's making a noise back there. I lowered it. Can you guys tell me how much it would be to fix it? They took photos of everything, showed me how it was broken, and it was going to be like $1,200. So not that bad to fix it, and I could have just fixed it. But at the same time, the car in 3 years, I had ran up 75,000 miles. So it was already kind of getting on the higher end. And at that point, with 75,000 miles, they wouldn't take the car back, because my lease allowed me 15,000 miles per year. So it would have been 45,000 miles and over. I can't return it back to them, or I'm going to pay per mile. So what they actually did is they took the car as is. And unfortunately, when I bought this one, I don't know if it was, you know, just dealer markups or the used market industry going up. This one had a price tag of $28,000, which to me was worth it, because I didn't want the very high mileage car, and I would still be paying on it. And also it had the issue that I would have to pay to get fixed in the rear shock there. And it just made more sense to me to get the newer model. However, unfortunately, the price was $28,000, and I'm not really sure it was worth $28,000. I feel like you could get maybe a little more bang for your buck at that price level. While the price, while the price is worth it, you know, if you can get it on the lower end, I wouldn't overspend for the car, because you reach a point where it's not worth it. And to me, I would say that would probably cap at $24,000. At the end of the day, this is a sport, and I know people who have gotten SIs for 24. So